this is part two to the calmness. I said my storage, it was too much storage, right? And that's what that can happen, like when you have too much storage within you, okay? Too much stored within you. You need to release some things. Well, I didn't have enough storage. Sorry, I'm releasing. Judgment. I'm feeling judgment. And so I am aware of that. I am aware of criticism. And this is like, I'm picking up on this. And so it doesn't even have to be like, you could pick up on it, but you can already know your worth just because you pick up on something that says that. That doesn't mean that is true for you, okay? You become aware that is being said, okay? Allow it to say that. Allow it to be. The more you detach from the judgment and the criticism from within, or what's being sent to you, and pay attention. You may often find that you judge and criticize yourself. And because you judge and criticize yourself, it comes back to you. Okay? So pay attention to that. That was something that came up. It boomerangs, okay? Because your words are very powerful. And so we have purity, right? This is getting back to that true state of what you are. Remember, I was talking about like your inner child was like, follow your bliss, follow your joy, follow your happiness. Hey, Ray. Hello. Hello. How are you? How are you? Raven's a little sick. She's not feeling well. We have initiation with purity, okay? And your purity is where you are being initiated. Your pure state. Hey, Spirit. Your pure state. Your state of just awareness is where you are initiated at. These are ancestors asking you to drink from the pure waters, your pure elixir. Hummingbirds could be significant. You're pure in your heart space, your purity of the heart. Your calmness of the heart. That's where your purity lies. Blessings and breakthrough. I was saying that's where, in your calmness, that's where things happen, right? 411 on my timer. That spiral energy. Your truth shines forth. And we have the raven here. I wasn't even looking at these cards. Your truth shines true. And when the raven showed up, okay, breakthrough. And so it says, fiery, innovative ways to see the truth of what you are, okay? And it's like this cloud, this energy, this most high energy, it's like showing you your raw truth, okay? Remembering. Ginkgo that's the herb for remembrance, right? And it's like you're remembering your power. You're remembering you don't need to be this or that to exist. You exist because God exists. The Most High exists. Yes, God exists, right? You exist because God exists. Yes, Spirit, thank you. You exist because consciousness is aware that you exist. Okay? God is inside of you. You are this purity. This is God right here. This pure, channeled awareness that is getting messages from Spirit. We have this Neptune and Mars energy, innovative. Your smartness, right? The mind, the way the mind picks up on truth, Spirit's truth, the way the mind picks up on downloads, the way the mind hears the truth in others, discerning the truth, feeling the truth in others. If this was a cup, I would have said feeling the truth. But the mind, the brain knowing the truth. Because if it was a wand, it would be the mind. But because it is a sword, it is the brain processing the truth. And these do have twigs on the side. So it's like mind, heart, and brain coherence. Okay? It's like all three things being aligned at once. This is the blessing that your ancestors has for you, okay? These are blessings that your grandmother prayed for you. But in order for these blessings to come true, you have to be able to see it, to feel it, to know it, in order for you to materialize it. The mind its job is to bring up memories of times you were safe. If it's safety that you desire, right? If it's safety that you're trying to manifest, the mind job is to bring that up, right? And that allows for you to have the feeling. And then the brain communicates that to you, right? And then the heart feels it, right? It's coherency, right? And so if you desire wealth, the mind is to bring up times when you received money, when you got money, what it felt like for you, okay? If it felt like fear, then you are to allow that energy to flow through you. And you are to rewrite the story, okay? Because your hippocampus is available, is open at that time for you to rewrite that memory, okay? It's like your inner child is saying, hey, I want to do this, but I can't do this because I don't have the finances to do it, right? And the mind will bring up ways that when you wanted to do this, when I wanted this, my parents said I couldn't have it. When I wanted this, something was taken from me, right? The mind will start matching that frequency, right, of the inner child. And it's like your inner child holds the key to unlocking, not unlocking, but getting the mind to work for it. Getting the mind to do what the inner child needs for it to do, okay? And then we have harmony, as I said before, bringing it into harmony. In your dreams, okay? You could be finding like harmony in your dreams. And if your dreams are showing you harmony, that's because harmony is about to manifest outside of you, okay? We have Neptune and Saturn, period, okay? Because you've learned those lessons, okay? not even lessons, you've learned your worth. You learn that you don't need somebody to tell you your worth. Your existence alone is your worth. And when we can come to that term of my existence is my worth, okay, I think what I'm hearing Spirit say, like there's a disconnect in knowing what you deserve. Wait, not deserve, but wait, say it again, Spirit. Like deserving is conditional still. Deserving is conditional. Deserving says, if I do this the right way, then I'll get this. Spirit is saying, no, you're going to get this because you exist. Okay, that's your divine inheritance. Knowing your worth, right? I'm going to get that because I exist, right? That's what Spirit is trying to see you. To see you as. For you to see yourself as, because Spirit see you as that. Okay, that's beautiful, Spirit. And then we have higher consciousness, the greater knowing, okay? And up under that we have the passion flower, surrender to the higher consciousness. This is everything I just said. Wow. Look at these owls. The moon and Neptune, hippocampus memory, changing short-term memories into long-term memories, re-regulation of your emotions, your nervous system. This is some things that I channeled when I looked at this, okay? Surrender to this calm, okay? Surrender to the calmness, okay, of the things that your higher self is telling you. That's where your answers lie, in the stillness, okay? It may take a couple of tries to get into that stillness, and it may not. Okay, this is your justice, though. And just simply tell yourself, listen, self, the one that can't shut the fuck up, I ain't got time for you today. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be here. And just allow it to complain, because, man, they showed me that vision. 1408, when the dude finally, like, set the room on fire. And it started crying, and then he was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, so it showed me that vision, okay? Action. And then we have lemon balm, nurture. You know how to take the proper action to nurture yourself. Have nettle. Knowing how to take the proper action to nurture yourself, and that's following your bliss. Following what making you happy. Let's keep going with this. Okay, I like to listen to music. Let's keep going. I like when music gets, running, it starts to run its course. Okay, what can keep me in the same vibrational state that this music has me in? Let me go right how I'm feeling so I can savor this energy. Okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? Keep following your bliss, okay? Keep following. Let me make me a good, delicious meal that's going to fill me up, right? 13:33 on my timer. What's next with that? What's next with that? And then we have Dragon's Blood, Anima Mundi, right? That is absence of the story of the self, okay? Rebellion of the norm. And I was saying that in the continued video, the first one was like, you're not normal. You're not here to be normal. You're not here to fit in, right? And then said, knowing your truth, rebirth, inner knowing what you are, absence of the stories of the self, okay? And then we have leadership, okay? Learning how to detach. And that's by telling it to shut the fuck up. Like, I don't need to listen to you anymore. Like, you're not the boss of me, because it's not the boss of you. Those parental rules that was given to you, okay, that had been governing your life for so long, it's not the boss of you. Your disowned self, this energy of this inner child who sits in a corner, afraid to speak, afraid to be seen, afraid to laugh, afraid to be in joy, afraid to be in bliss, afraid to be in harmony, okay? You're coming out of that, okay? That's something that your guides want you to know, okay? Herbal craft. You all could be herbalists. and bad blessings are coming in, okay? Being very intentional with your words, okay? I don't know how the heck I just put these cards upside down. Discovering your muse, what makes you happy, okay? Accepting that. Accepting that you are different. Accepting that, hey, this is how I function, okay? And being okay with that. And holding yourself in that space of, I'm okay with knowing I function like this. That's important for you to know how you function, what floats your boat. That way you know what to tolerate and what not to tolerate. You know how to put up boundaries against people, energies that come into your consciousness, your awareness, to try to tell you something different about yourself, right? As I was picking up like judgment and criticism, right? Shut the fuck up. Like, no, like you can't judge me, okay? No, okay? What you do last night, right? I know what you did last night, type of energy. Like, you cannot judge me. You have no authority over me. You cannot look down on me, okay? And we as a society, we do that to each other. We judge each other instead of lifting each other up, okay? Lost compass, getting back to integrity. It's like we lost that integrity because our inner child was never treated with integrity, right? And we lost that in each other. We don't see each other like that. We judge each other, okay? We don't discern the good from the bad. We just instantly go into judging others, okay? Divine matrix, okay? Being in that divine flow, okay? That's all I heard from that, like just your divine flow, okay? Otherworldly, okay? In this world, not of this world, okay? Knowing how to separate this from that, knowing how to discern energy, okay? Transpersonal, watcher, being a watcher of it all, just observing it, like, you don't have to attach to it, okay? I told the judgment and criticism to shut the fuck up. That's my right. Because it felt like it was being thrown at me. And so, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't have to sit here and allow you to say that to me. I'm grown now. You don't get to do that to me anymore. Whoever, whatever. Okay? You don't get that. You don't get to say that. You don't get to do that. Okay? No. No. And in order to get out of that energy, you have to stop doing it to yourself. You have to stop judging yourself. You have to stop condemning yourself. You got to stop criticizing yourself for every little fucking thing you do. That happened to you enough as a child. So it's time for you to stop that shit. Stop it. Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. Your ancestors are giving you the key, okay? Your higher self, there's 2 keys here, okay? And your higher self is like, these are special keys, okay? That's made specially for you. No one else has keys like this, okay? And your future is protected by dragons, okay? No one else has keys like you. They're talking about like a vortex, going through that vortex, okay? Knowing that you're always safe, you're always protected, you're always guided, you're always loved, you're always cherished, because that is your natural state of being. Because you exist, that is you, okay? Because of your existence, okay? Not because somebody gave you a label or a title. Because you fucking exist. That's it, okay? Even with your shadows, even with your ego, okay? What resides up under all of that is your right, your birthright, okay? Even through your pain, through your suffering, You still have a right to be here. You exist. Okay? Your existence is what, when you wake up to your existence, it is what allows you to sit and have compassion with your own ego, with your own program. Okay? It allows you to say, damn, that's fucked up that happened to you. Damn, that's fucked up that situation happened to you. It allows you to bring compassion to that version of those versions of you, so that you're able to bring compassion to others in your life. Okay? Closing circle, pure intention, sacred doors, timing, experience. It's that old shit is gone. Okay? It's like, don't tell people your new steps. Just go fucking do it. Forgiveness. I was just saying this. Telling that for those versions of you, yeah, it's okay. I'm so sorry. Like, man. And then forgiving the people that, because that was a part of the divine plan. Everything happened the way it happened perfectly. It happened to wake you up. It happened for you to step out of the illusion. Had your pain not been so hard, you would have stayed comfortable being stuck. Experiencing life as it comes. That's being in the present moment. That's you following your joy with awareness. What brings me joy? What brings me bliss? What brings me happiness, right? That's you experiencing life as it comes. Ooh, I don't like the way that made me feel. I won't do that no more. Don't do it no damn more. Because it brings your vibrational frequency down. I don't like being around that person. They talk too negative. Then you go away from that person, right? And you don't owe nobody no explanations as to why you put up boundaries. But what you will feel is that quietness of the emptiness that energy had, was that space that was previously filled by whatever energy that was the opposite of your bliss. You will feel that emptiness. You will feel that void. And in that void is where you create a new version of you. In that void is where you create something completely different. So say, for instance, you had a version of you that liked to sit around and gossip about somebody. And you had a person who liked to gossip too, right? And so that version, that inner gossiper, right, it attracted something outside of itself to validate it, right? You brought that to you. You attracted something outside of you to validate. It attracted the energy, right? Attracted something outside of you to validate its existence, right? And so when you realize, when you have these realizations that, whoa, I gossip about people. I don't want to do that no more. And then when you tell this person, look, I don't want to gossip about nobody no more. That don't feel right to me. And then if they still come around you doing that, still bringing that energy to you, you go away from them, okay? And then that old gossiping version in you, it may act a fool, tell her to shut the fuck up. And then it's going to be quiet because that person you used to gossip with, you got a whole empty space within you, a whole time slot within you to do something different than gossip. That's you creating something new to fill that space up, right? Instead of you gossiping, right, you can use that space to go right. You can use that space to go for a job, to go clean something, right? Or you can use that space to just sit with yourself and forgive yourself for that because you didn't know no better. That's something that you copied from childhood, okay? And we have spiritual narcolepsy, fallen angel, forgetting who and what the fuck you are. That's you coming out of that. That's you coming out of that energy. You coming out of that, okay? And the stillness is where your initiation lies. Mindful groupthink. This feels like the energy of everybody, right? You're clearing it out. You're clearing out the energies of everybody. 25-25. You're clearing out 50% of spaces within you that was not you. That was taken up by someone else's talk. And pay attention to what that feels like, right? If someone is speaking within you in a different voice, if someone is criticizing or judging in a different voice, that is that person's energy, that is not yours, okay? You release it and let it go. You return it back to that person. You send it back to that person with love. You send it back to that person clean, clear, or you send it back to source so source can clean and clear it. But you don't hold on to it, okay? That's what this feels like. And so that you can bring space for your muse, for the spirit of muse, right? For the spirit of music, for the spirit of oneness, for the spirit of calm, for the spirit of beauty, okay? So you can allow that energy to enter into you, for the spirit of peace, for the spirit of joy. But this little monkey, right? I forgot they ain't seen that. You know, like that, the monkey, the Curious George type of energy. Time is on your side, okay? We have choices and their consequences. Choices and their consequences. Feast of plenty. This feels like Seven of Cup energy, okay? But I'm also getting like, because they brought my attention to mindful groupthink. It's like you choose your truth. You choose what you focus on. You choose what you're busying yourself with, okay? But make sure you have crystal clear intentions on what you choose for yourself. Cilantro could be significant, okay? Because every choice has a consequence, whether it's good or bad. That's the duality of it, right? But you making sure you choose things that is of its highest good, that is of its highest timeline. Wow, Spirit is crazy. Spirit just brought something to my awareness of the things that I do. And then I split the deck on the muse. I cannot make this up. The things that I do, my choices. When I choose to think positive things of people, when I choose to not see negativity in people, when I choose to believe that because I do good things should come back to me. And when my outside reality is not showing me that, still do something good for myself to reaffirm that. Spirit just gave me that download for myself. Raven has been sick, and so it's like, man, sometimes when I need some help, people don't come to my aid. When they do, it's an attitude with it. It's it feels like ask God to do it. It feels like that. It feels like it feels like that. I don't know how else to say it. It feels like but I'm always there for someone. I'm always readily to offer help, to give when I can, you know, and it don't matter what it is they're asking me. I'm doing it, right? Because I would do it for myself. And I can feel that energy when I ask people to do stuff, do something. It could be the smallest fucking thing. And it's coming off as, oh, this bitch. You know, and I'm breaking it down to feeling like I'm too much. My needs are too much. Feeling like my needs were not met as a child. And so it feels like when I ask for something, people reflect that to me. And so that's something that I have been sitting with, the awareness of that. And so that's something that I have been healing and asking myself, do I help people because I'm trying to prove something? And it's no, I help people because I'm a helpful person. That's what I do. I joined the Navy for fuck's sake. I've always been in the job that service, customer service. I've always been that way, right? And it's just like me doing things for someone else for their comfortable, well, I can't even talk, for their comfortability. But when I need something for me to be comfort, it's not returned in the way that I would issue it out to said whoever it is I'm asking something for. And not all, but just the people that I would never expect is showing me that. And so that's showing me something that's hidden within me, right? So things like that you become aware of. And that's why Spirit had me talk about this, okay? It's like you become aware how you are betraying yourself. And when you stop betraying yourself, it may be the smallest fucking way. Watch your world change. Excuse me, I'm channeling, so I'm burping. Still got this, excuse me, when I channel energy, I burp. Because the energy has to flow out of me, okay? And so it burps or I yarn, okay? And so I'm learning how in little small things that these new ancestors, like, but you're betraying yourself when you do that. You're betraying yourself when you say that about yourself. You're betraying yourself when you feel that way about yourself. You're betraying yourself when you don't go get your nails done because you know you like to get your nails done. Okay? Are you betraying yourself because of this? Are you betraying yourself because of that? So you have me like, man, do I want to do this because of this? Or do I want to do this because of that? Like, I've always been the type of young lady, flawless, okay? But I've changed that way. And I've been asking myself, did I change because I'm trying to fit some certain spiritual standard? Did I stop dressing shitty sharp? Did I stop buying Jordans to fit some type of spiritual standard? Okay? To fit the way they say spirituality is supposed to look like? 333 on my timer. Or did I really stop buying that stuff because that wasn't really who I was? It was just something that I wanted to do because I didn't have it when I was a child. And so you ask yourself harsh questions like that. And to you all, it may not be harsh, but I am a woman of the finer things. I have red bottoms. I have red bottom purses to match, right? I've always been the woman to wear nice clothes, to never shop where other people shop because I don't want to look like everybody else, okay? I've always been that. And then did someone dim my light, okay, because they didn't believe me? Or I've always been a trendsetter. And did I wear this first and then someone shitted on me and I didn't wear it? And then maybe about 2 months later, they're wearing the same thing that I wore. And so it's things like that that you ask yourself all the time. And this is not to toot my own horn, trust me. And even me saying that, it's like me checking in with myself or trying to prove something to you on the other opposite end of this camera, which I don't even fucking know you, right? And so it be that type of shit you got to ask yourself. You got to get real with your shit, right? And even with me not wearing lashes, am I tired of fucking wearing lashes? I am, because first of all, I can't never put them bitches on the right way. But I used to go and get them done professionally. Individually, those mink lashes, I would go and get those done. Yes, they'd be like $200-300 a set, but I had the money. And it's just like, was I, now that I've been on this spiritual journey and my money became limited, okay, because I'm not working in a society that puts you on a 9-to-5 clock, that makes you be something that you're not, that causes you to put on a monkey suit to be something that you're not. And so now it's just like, I have to like, do I really need to dumb down myself? You have to ask yourself those type of questions. And it's just like, I still have those things. I still have my red bottoms. I still have the purses to match. I still have all of that stuff, but I don't wear it anywhere because I don't go anywhere. And I don't go anywhere because I pick up on all these types of energies, right? And so when I'm allowed to be freely me, to be authentically, happily me in this world, not afraid of someone's judgment of me, that is where I am happiest at. I am happiest at meeting people, talking to them, sharing a story with them. And it's usually I meet people who's very into spirituality. They are into mediumship. They are into psychic stuff. And I meet them people and we have this most beautiful, amazing conversation because their loved ones has came to me and told me something about them, right? And so that is where I am happiest at. That is me being authentically me and observing myself in that happy space. Observing that, because I don't look like a typical medium or spiritual person. I don't come off as that, okay? I don't look the stereotypical nerdy type of person. And when people find out that I read these quantum physics books and all these different philosophers, and when I can quote with them these different scientists, these different quantum these different philosophers, when I can quote to them these different even scriptures, they just look at me like, what the fuck, like, where the fuck did you come from? When I can see someone's natural truth, when I can see through their mask. And I only could do that because I had to claw down my own mask so I can be my authentic me, so I can not take someone's projections personal. And so that's the way to your liberation, to your purity, to your authentic self. I don't look like someone who's been to the military. I don't look like someone who has lost a 17-year-old child to gun violence. I don't look like that. I don't look like a grandmother of 4 grandchildren. I don't look damn near 50. And it's just like, those are people perceptions. But people will never really want to get to know the real you because they are afraid of their realness. And so it's about you accepting yourself in a society that doesn't know what the fuck they are. A society that's used to the lies, that's used to the illusions, and that wants to stay there. And it's about you realizing, I don't need to live in that same space with them. And when you decide to change, knowing that you will be held through it all, the way will be shown to you. Every step that you make, a gate will be open for you. Every question that you ask, an answer will be given to you. Every door that you knock on, a key is handed to you. Every foot that you place in this outside reality You are held. You are kept. Okay? You are loved. You are secure. You are at peace. Because you exist. And because you exist, awareness is aware that you exist. And you deserve to be here. And you don't have to prove your existence to anyone. You can take up space every fucking where, because awareness is everywhere, and awareness is not separate from you. You are awareness. You can exist in a space of mask. You can exist in a space of confusion. And you shift the energy of confusion. You shift the energy of confrontation. You shift the energy of delusion. You shift it, you see through illusion. Because you exist. I just had some spirit just stand right in my face. It was so weird. Okay, we have Earth Mother, Psychic Recharge, Grounded Healer, Mentor, Layers. Okay, period. Okay, period. You feeling the earth carry you. You feeling the earth tell you where you need to be, where you need to go. 4114. You feeling in tune with the earth. Okay, let me get the fuck from out of here because I don't need to be here. That's your intuition guiding you, always keeping you safe. You having a dream about a store, something not going right in that store. You don't take your ass to that store. You have a dream about someone, you know, up to some sneaky stuff. Stop being that person's friend. It's that simple. And stop giving people benefits of the doubt and letting their actions speak for them. Is you observing the quietness of their pause. Is you observing the shift in their body language while they're talking. It's you catching them side-eyeing you. It's you watching them how they change personalities when someone else shows up. It's you becoming aware of the energy shift in the room when you walk in that piece. It's you becoming that, right? Because there are always signs, there are always synchronicities, right? But it's about you becoming aware of it. And then we have fortune, protection, skilled professions, right? That's amulet. This is you becoming aware of everything. The Most High is equipping you with everything that you need to know, okay? Moon maiden, new beginnings, okay? And I was just talking about the new moon, so I'm not surprised that this is here. Wandering between realms, okay? Straddling worlds. Just you at nighttime, you in the dream world, remembering your dreams, and wow. And the nighttime, you remembering your dreams, right? And traveling your waking state from your dreams perspective, 4334, okay? That looking through the mirror type of energy, right? Salamander, Aurora Boreas, knowing thyself, that snake eating its tail, right? Creative work, infinite wisdom, alchemy. This is all I talk about is alchemy, transcending, okay? Alchemizing perspectives of you, okay? And then we have limitless possibilities, period, okay? Hecate's path, cycle of life, night magic, crossroads, letting go. Because you are limitless and you have access to limitless possibilities. That's the whole purpose of alchemizing stuff. So you can become aware of your internal goodness, your internal beauty, your internal joy, okay? Your purity, okay? Just like you would give a child anything, right? You would give a baby anything. That's the same thing for the Most High, giving you everything, because you are aware of you are everything. And because you are everything, you attract everything to you, okay? And so that was the message. I hope it made sense. You may need to watch part 2 in order to get these videos, to get the full message of it, okay? Remember, absence of the stories of the self. You're going to experience that calmness when the stories of the self are absent, okay? When the stories of the self is not there, you're going to experience that. And I feel like your ancestors are setting you up for that energy, okay? So you can experience what it's like to be absent from the stories of the self, okay? That's what this feels like. So this is being brought to your awareness for a reason, to learn how to stay to be in the calm, because you may have to wait for it to come, is what I'm hearing, okay? You may have to wait for it to show up, but be still, okay? They showing me that Carvana commercial. Oh, when that girl kept saying. Namaste, guys. I hope this resonated for you. I hope it brings you a sense of clarity. I hope that this message was full of gems, and it was to speak to the soul within you. I don't ever set my intention to speak to your ego. That's why you will never hear me doing readings about what somebody did to you, unless it is for your higher good, okay? Unless it is something that you need to know, okay? Unless it is something that Spirit is preparing you for. But I will never give you a reading about, or put up a video about a boyfriend did you wrong, a girlfriend did you wrong. I will always use them as energies, even if I say family members or friends, or I always break it down to energies, because they are just energies presenting themselves to you in physical form, okay? An energy is designed to do what it's designed to do: cheat, kill, destroy, happiness, joy, peace, love, abundance. It's just what it is, and you just have to learn how to discern the energy, okay? And a lot of times when you have these energies within you, they will materialize in your outside reality for you to correct them, for you to change them, for you to alchemize them, right? And so I always try to reiterate that when I speak to you all, okay? I don't ever want you to think that it's somebody personally outside of you. This energy may be using a person in your outside reality to show you something. And so this is something that I notice about my dream. When my dreams show me people, it's showing me the energy, okay? And it just needs to put a behavior or a face to the energy so that I can see it. And so I don't attach to the person. I understand it is an energy that is revealing itself to me. Like, you have to know the name of the energy in order to be able to rebuke it. Okay, remember on The Conjuring, I think that's what that was, when, I think that was the nun one, I think, when the lady was like, I know its name. The energy will always give you its name. It will always show you its name. It has to do that, okay? It's always hidden in plain sight. It will trick you, whatever it does. It does it because it needs for your consent to play the game. It needs your consent for you to play with it, right? To interact with it. And if it resides inside of you, right, it'll show itself outside of you. And then you decide if I choose to continue to exchange with this energy, or you break that contract with that energy. You have the power to do this because you come from awareness, because you are God. That force energy lies within you. It is you. You are it. It is not, you're not separate from it. Okay? And so that is what my videos are. They are to empower you. They are not for you to use them and run with and say, oh, well, she said that my sister did this to me, or her sister did that to her. No. Okay, I am describing a energy to you. I am describing an energy, and I just so happen to use a family member or a sibling to describe the energy. Okay, it is not them, the person themselves, right? It is an energy. Okay, that's just what it is. And you can call the shit out. You call it out. You stop it in its tracks. And I welcome that to others to do it for me. Please call it out, okay? But if you don't have no, especially if I know my truth, not from an ego standpoint, but from a space of sitting in awareness with myself, because I'm always checking myself. And so when I check myself, I can't allow anyone to check me, because I'm always checking myself. And yes, I will listen clearly to what they have to say, and I will go and sit down and check with myself to see where it matches up at. And if it don't match up, I understand that is a projection, 50-50 on my timer. That is someone projecting on me. I will go and Perry Mason it, Nancy Drew it, Murder She Wrote it, okay? Matt Lockett, Matt Lockett. I will go into detective mode, okay? That's just what it is. I will go into that lawyer mode and be like, you know, let me see where this energy resides inside of me. Because thank you for bringing that to my awareness, because I definitely want to heal it. So I appreciate you for that. And so that is something that I do all the time. And I talk to people and they just be like, that's like you're policing yourself 24/7. Well, that's the way you may see it, but I see it as me making sure that I am upholding myself to the energy that I like to experience, okay? I just try to uphold what I speak. I practice what I preach. And so I try to be in that state to where I'm not judging myself. I'm not criticizing myself. I'm taking in with divine righteousness. That's just, I don't know. My guides have me this way, I don't know, to where I'm just making sure that I'm just being that. And I know that, man, no energy is, say it again, Spirit, like, everyone is born pure. Everyone is born free, right? But you develop a handler. You develop someone who trains you into something. So I'm always checking my ego, because I don't desire to live by my ego anymore. I desire to live by my purity. That's just period. I desire to live by my purity. I desire to live as free as possible. And if anything that I see that's holding me back, I'm breaking every fucking chain. And maybe this is an ego me that's saying that too. And this ego me that's saying they breaking every chain, this chain they chain finna get broken too. They just don't know it yet. Because the ego self, like the mind, could never know the consciousness. It will never be able to know consciousness. The mind can only know itself. The mind only believe that it exists, because it can only experience itself. So that's why it will dumb down your spiritual experiences, say that wasn't true. It would tell you different things out of fear, out of lack, out of it never, you know, had this or had that. But anyway, that's the message. Hope it makes sense for you all.